What's up? I'm Old Man Winter, and this is my third video revolving around the League of Legends Masteries. Today we're going to go over the last mastery tree called Resolve. If you missed my first two videos, feel free to go back and watch those for an in-depth look at the ferocity and cunning trees. That being said, let's get to it. So there are two masteries in the first row of the Resolve tree, Recovery and Unyielding. The Recovery Mastery grants plus 2 health per 5 seconds, while the Unyielding Mastery provides plus 5% bonus armor and magic resist. Both of these masteries can be used by the same champions. It really just depends on what role you're playing. I think the health regen works best if you're a jungler looking for a little extra health regen while completing your rounds. But if you're in lane taking harass from the enemy, I think it's probably best to run the Unyielding Mastery. The added magic resist and armor will help your trades with your lane opponents go more in your favor and in turn help you win the early game. The next two masteries are Explorer and Tough Skin. The Explorer Mastery provides plus 15% movement speed in bushes in the river, while Tough Skin makes your champion take 2 less damage from champion and neutral monster basic attacks. Explorer is kind of confusing if you ask me. I don't know about you, but if you've ever run around in bushes or a river, you're running a heck of a lot slower, not faster. Anyways, take Explorer if you are a heavy ganking jungler or hard roaming support or top lane Quinn. The ability to get around the map faster will help you get in and get out quick, and that could make or break a successful gank. Tough Skin should be your go-to if you're a more farm-heavy jungler so that you take less damage when completing your rounds, or if you simply just want to take less harass if you're prone to fighting in big minion waves. Going to the third row of the recovery tree, you'll find Runic Armor and Veteran Scars. Runic Armor makes shields, healing, regeneration, and lifesteal 8% stronger. This is an awesome pickup for your all-in type champions that are receiving those Ori Balls, Lulu Shields, or Soraka Heals. The 8% increase is going to give your all-in champion the jump they need to engage the enemy team, get some kills, get out, and snag a global objective before ever having to back. Veteran Scars, on the other hand, is great on any champion if your team isn't running a Protect the Carry or Heavy Heal team comp. If you're not going to be gaining shields or any other aid, run Veteran Scars and snag that base health right at the start of the game. It might just help you survive the early game skirmish with 45 health to spare. The Tier 4 Masteries in the Recovery tree are Insight and Perseverance. These two Masteries are awesome pickups depending not only on the role you're playing, but the champions as well. Insight reduces the cooldown of summoner spells by 15%. Think about Flash, which is normally on a 5-minute cooldown. By running Insight, your Flash cooldown will be reduced by 45 seconds. This means that your Flash Tibber stuns or your Flash hooks with Blitz can happen every 4 minutes and 15 seconds, instead of 5. This is an amazing pickup and should not be overlooked if you're playing the Engage or Playmaker champion that is going to help carry your team to victory. If you're not playing a role that relies heavily on their summoner cooldowns, the next choice is Perseverance, which grants plus 50% base health regen and increases to 200% if you drop below 25% health. This is a nice pickup for your tanks that build health regen like Mundo and want to keep fighting even when they're low in health. The added health regen could make or break a teamfight victory and is something you should think about when building your masteries and deciding what champions to play to fit your team comp. Coming to the Tier 5 Masteries, we see Swiftness and Legendary Guardian. Swiftness provides plus 15% tenacity and slow resist. If you're not sure what tenacity means, it's simply any type of crowd control like a stun or a snare. The 15% tenacity is like getting a 15% reduction to all these different CCs. This mastery is a great pickup when facing a CC team comp such as Nautilus top, Amumu jungle, and Ori mid. The CC that those champions bring to a game can be devastating, but if you can reduce the effectiveness of their CC with the Swiftness Mastery, you'd be rather foolish not to. If you're not afraid of the enemy CC and are instead going to jump right into the middle of the fight, Legendary Guardian is your best friend. The plus 3 armor and magic resist for each nearby enemy champion is a big pickup when looking to fight a full-on 5v5 teamfight. Being able to increase your armor and magic resist by 15 just by fighting as 5 is a great bonus when trying to wipe the enemy. Now that we've worked our way down to the last row of the Recovery Mastery tree, it's time to pick our keystone. There are 3 to choose from: Grasp of the Undying, Strength of the Ages, and Bond of Stone. The first keystone option for you to choose is Grasp of the Undying, which states that every 4 seconds in combat, your next attack against an enemy champion steals life equal to 3% of your max health, half for ranged champions or champions that deal magic damage. This mastery is primarily seen on your top lane bruiser type champions that are looking to get tanky, but also deal damage and are constantly trading with their top lane counterpart. This mastery is also great for the mid and late game teamfights, as your top lane will continuously keep gaining health while the other team is losing their mind not being able to kill your top laner. The second keystone to choose is called Strength of the Ages. This mastery states that siege minions and large monsters that you or nearby allied champions kill grant 20 and 10 permanent health that caps at 300. After you've capped this, every siege or large monster killed restores 6% of your missing health. This mastery is seen growing use in the jungle as every camp provides 1 stack of the 10 permanent health. This means that after 5 clears of your jungle, at bare minimum, you will have your 300 health. Although I like to run it on all my jungle champions, regardless of who they are, I think the added health and stats of this keystone are great. So great that I've even started running this mastery on some of my tankier supports, like Alistar or Braum. By getting 20 stacks from cannon minions, it's a tad slower to hit your 300 health, so you really need to decide which mastery is better for your tanky supports, Strength of the Ages or Bond of Stone. Speaking of Bond of Stone, this mastery says that your champion has a 4% damage reduction, and that 6% of the damage from enemy champions taken by the nearest allied champion is dealt to you instead. Damage is not directed to you if you fall below 5% of your maximum health. The reason why I say you need to think carefully about running either Bond of Stone or Strength of the Ages is because while playing support as a tank, it's your job to keep your ADC alive by eating the bulk of the enemy's damage. If you decide to scale health instead of eat damage, you might be tankier later in the game, but your ADC may suffer when taking 100% of the damage they receive instead of a reduced amount due to Bond of Stone. Think carefully on the type of ADC your partner is playing. If they are prone to being bullied in lane, I recommend you take Bond of Stone. It's these little details that will help win you your game. That, I promise you. I just want to thank everyone for watching my last video going over the League of Legends Masteries in painful detail. I know this type of stuff isn't all that interesting, but I want to set a groundwork for where victories start. If you have a better understanding of what Masteries you should be playing, and think about not just who you are, but who everyone else is playing on your team, and the enemy team, these micro tactics are going to help you start to win more games. I've got some really cool ideas for videos coming up soon, so I hope to see you all then. Thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.